Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, boom, 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 bada boom,
What are you doing right now?
Boom, boom,
On my
bada
podcast.
boom,
Gypsypotamus on the cake. What you gonna mistake? Nothing. What is going on with the beat? It's not as consistent as lead as I thought it would be. Oh shit, what is going out me? Without about me, without me, this would be nothing because I created this, and you should create it again. Whatever you were creating still, and you would enjoy your life a little more. Like you, Tommy.
What?
Bringing in the comedy into your life.
What? Bring it in.
You didn't know when it was gonna invade your life, but it came in unbeknownst to gradually. Oh shit!
What's going on here?
Hopefully nothing. People, we are having some technical difficulties.
No, there isn't. Everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
Nothing technical.
All right.
Hello.
Well, welcome to the Gypsypotamus Experience. I am greeted today by my buddy Tommy over here.
Hello.
He's been my buddy for a very long time. So I wanted to bring you on here to discuss some stuff.
Yeah, what's that? What do you want to discuss? What is it?
Well, I know we're very mutually, pretty into the comedy world.
Oh yeah, you think you're funny?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And I consider you do too.
I think you're funny.
And thank you.
Yes.
Quite
a cliche
funny
joke.
looking.
Such a cliche
but no,
joke. I know.
No, it's really hits the heart.
Yeah, only coming from me though. Same
Right.
as how long we've known each other.
Right. So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
comedy. That's what we're doing though. Yeah.
Are you? What?
Yeah. That's
You're
what we're
doing
doing.
comedy now?
I think you are too.
Am I?
I think we're supposed to together.
Oh, okay. Well,
so we're trying to prep and stuff like that. I mean,
little
what do you have to
bit.
do to prep? You thinking you're right? You try
Dude,
to say something that's funny.
I would definitely say, like for me at least, like I know everyone else like writes differently. There's like totally a giant amount of comics that like write on stage, from what I hear.
Yeah.
And some of them, like, the biggest ones occasionally don't like use any notes. They just like remember shit.
Well, I mean, I can tell you. So I've been a comic now for going on, one time, and in my experience, I can tell you that winging it is the way to go. I mean, that's what I did. I just say shit because you know what.
Dude, something's bound to be funny.
I gotta get better at writing. Like, I'm really good. I write a lot of shit, but I write it in my head and then forget to like write it down. And then I'm like, what did I just write? Like,
in your head?
Damn it. Yeah.
You can't remember it or recall the writing?
No, not when it's important, when I gotta try it out. And I'm like, hey, I got a joke for you. And people are like, what is it? And I'm like, fuck, I don't remember.
God damn it.
I don't remember. Should have wrote that shit down.
Right. Yeah, dude, that happens quite often.
I gotta start just taking notes in my phone or something.
Dude, yeah,
like
and
that.
that's the newest thing that, has popped up recently, which is pretty wild. Like how you can just basically pop out your phone, like press a button and like instantly starts recording. There you have like a voice note of like, and you can try and pour out as many ideas as you possibly can on it.
I don't do those voice notes though. I just type it.
Yeah. I mean, that's also another way. But dude, that's so...
I don't even do that.
It's so, like, easy to pull out, though. You know what I mean? It's almost like the equivalent of having...
It's too easy to pull out, I know.
Yeah. It's almost like the equivalent of having it in your back pocket, like a little notepad and, like, some pen. Is
Had a pen and paper in your pocket in the form of a
pretty
phone.
much. Yep, but like, it's so much nicer
to have. You got a calculator. You got a computer.
You have a voice recorder on it.
Yeah.
You know, you have like Microsoft Word at sometimes.
Sometimes.
If you
it's right.
it on
sometimes
because they do have the app for it. That's for sure.
That's right. Pay for app. I don't want to pay for that. Bullshit.
Of course. I mean, like, I feel like most of the better quality apps in terms of, especially if like you're recording something, but there are some free apps out there that are good for recording stuff.
I bet.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't go on stage either with stuff either. I mean, one time that I've ever done it, like, I don't want like note cards or anything like that either. Like, even if I were to actually physically write stuff down, I'd have it memorized before I go up there, just because I don't know. I just don't like that reading from like note cards. I feel it puts a wall and a separation between you and the crowd for the most part.
Right.
Because then you're focusing on what you're doing, that the crowd's not getting a feel for you. And I like to look at the people.
Right.
And really see who I'm trying to make laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like staring at them, like staring them down just for the longest time. They're just like feeling uncomfortable. You just keep staring at them. You
know what? It's gotten to the point where, you know, I walk up on stage and I look at everyone and I'm like, you know what? Nope, I don't like these people already. Like, can I they look awful. Can I get a new crowd, please?
Right.
Like, I'm not performing for them.
Yeah.
Until they change their faces. If they could smile more and laugh at everything I say, that would be great. And that's
Can you just okay?
Can I what?
Can you just okay? Is the way you're pretty much telling the crowd, like, laugh.
Okay.
Yeah, just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, you make them laugh just like that.
Try. Yeah. I mean, I try not to like have to do any work. I just want to stand up there and they're like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
that's so funny."
Yeah, dude. Occasionally, it's alright to take notes up there if you're like it's your first time or something.
Mm-hmm.
I feel.
Yeah, but I feel
that's my approach anyway. I definitely brought up some note cards.
My first time,
like a 8.5 by 11 sheet of note card.
I winged it, and I think it went pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a couple like prepared mentally, but for the most part, I think mine went pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say you're more of a storyteller, and I on the other hand, I'm like just
your mama
a joke dealer.
Why's your mama so fat?
I just
she eats a lot.
Deal those jokes out.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like dealing jokers, but metaphorically through language.
I got a joke for you real quick.
Do you know?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, sure, let's hear it.
How do you kill a circus? You go for the juggler.
Oh, man, that's probably the oldest one in the book by now.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything to it, so you didn't know. So it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
You can hit me with one.
Yeah. Maybe later on here.
Okay.
I'll consider one.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, so.
But anyways, back into comedy. You know, I'm excited to really start it up. Something different, something new. You know, we dabbled in it a little bit, and it's something that we need to, you know, get into a lot more and get a little more consistent with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, whether it be, you know, going to the same place and performing the same jokes just to get practice, maybe for a different crowd, hopefully, maybe the same crowd, you know, it happens, but to tweak certain areas and perfect other areas, you know. I've gone a bunch of times. We've only performed the once, and they had like a lot of the same people there who were telling the same jokes constantly. So it got to the point where I could almost, you know, memorize one of their routines and hope that I get put on stage before them, so that way I just go through their routine fully. By the time they get called up, they're gonna be like,
dude, there's plenty of comedians that have already done that by now.
But that is pretty funny.
If you do your homework, you'll definitely hear about that. I just found out recently about one that the good old Joe Rogan was talking about, and it was like Carlos Mencia, and like I've never he had some good stuff coming through.
He's okay.
But like I guess it was even like common knowledge that he was like doing other people's stuff like that and like in front of them, like before they go up, and like he would bump them, or I believe that's the right lingo, like make him wait until he was done just because he was in town or whatever. And there's like there's a bunch of people in the comedy business, I guess, that do that. It's interesting. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot to it. There's a lot more than you would consider. But in terms of audience, it would be nice to, the first few times, I would say it's not like too bad to have your own audience there. But like at some point in time, you're going to want to, especially if you want to start expanding more, you're going to want to just do it in front of complete strangers.
That's what I always say. In fact, I prefer complete strangers to anyone I know,
right?
Even to begin with. That's why I don't try to make a point to invite like a huge crowd, because I want more of an unbiased,
Right.
I don't want to feel like I'm talking, making a speech and trying to, practice a routine in front of people I know to then try it out. Like, I'm there to try it out. Yeah. And I don't want people I know. Like, I don't want them to know who I am, and they'll get to know who I am through the jokes I tell them, like on stage. That's who they'll know. Right,
exactly. And that's the whole perception of like a comic right there. Like, yeah, no, it's definitely a gift though to be able to like make strangers laugh like that.
It's fun. It's different, it's
that's just
hit or miss, and it also depends on, who's your crowd, because
right, absolutely,
you can be extremely funny and have a crowd that doesn't have the taste that you have. I mean, that's all that matters. You can have an older generation and you're telling younger generation jokes, so that'll make it or break it for you too. You got to find that like gap that is right there, and but you got to make your jokes and connect both everything and everywhere.
I think I'm going to take some of the nerdy approach to it and like make some lame jokes about video games, like throw some nerd stuff in there. We'll see. I have there's a lot planned.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we'll see where we go with it.
I think it'll be good. Yeah, what bottom line is I'm excited to get back into it here, and it is going to be good. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So
yeah, man. So other than that, like I'd say you're one just to like, I'd say you're a fan of creating.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in general.
Yeah, like whether it's like drawing, like art wise, or like music wise, like you've got like it's like a multifaceted understanding of some of those aspects of life.
I dabble in a lot of areas, I try to not limit myself to just one thing, and I like to experience everything for what it is and try out new things all the time.
Yeah, man. It takes some dedication, like, obviously like a constant flow of inspiration to be doing that. But I'm gonna change gears here, Tommy, but
yeah, that was okay.
But where do you get your inspiration from generally?
I mean, that's a pretty vague question. I mean, inspiration towards what though? Because I can be inspired by many different things for many different reasons.
Right, but you're an artist of sorts.
I mean, yeah, but what am I doing? I mean, I can have an inspiration for an idea I saw of something that I want to draw or paint up.
Right.
Whereas, music, I can have an inspiration
or
as,
comedy.
Or comedy.
Yeah. It's all
just
different.
Relaxing, hanging out with friends, and something happening can spark something up like that. I mean, inspiration comes everywhere.
Well, let's focus it then, direct it more toward comedy.
Okay.
Where do you get your inspiration for that?
Let's see. I've just always been told I'm naturally funny. And it's something that, who doesn't enjoy making a person feel good and laugh? And, laughter is one of the best medicines.
Right.
So I'm like a doctor, no big deal or anything.
Were you a jokester in class when you were young?
Very much so, yes. Class clown, all the way through and through.
That's crazy, man. Like, we actually didn't go to, like, schools that were that far from each other. Like, we could have easily, like, ended up in the same school somehow.
But it didn't happen.
Right.
But it did, actually.
What do you mean?
Just took till college.
Yeah.
Not only did we go to the same school, we went to the same class. I mean, that's, it was
true.
the same course.
Yeah.
But, so...
Because I was always the class clown, too. So it was, like there would have been just some hilarity, like onslaught of hilarity, like during all classes.
That'd be crazy.
Dude, like there was so many times where I've interrupted, classes just to like say some funny shit. Like I kind of like randomly slip it in throughout the day, like even when like teachers are teaching and shit.
Hey teacher, pause for a second. I got shit to say.
I don't know. I was relatively like talkative with everyone like during school.
Fuck raising my hand. This is the answer. I'm gonna tell you what the answer is.
Right. Well, I'm not like raising my hand. I don't have anything to say to the teacher necessarily.
Class, take break. I gotta talk to the teacher for a second.
Right. But no, it's were you that kind of were you like that kind of jokes during class, or did you like take another approach to it?
I don't know.
Did you like play pranks on your teachers or something?
I think it changed during class.
Or like your classmates?
I mean, I've definitely pulled pranks in class.
Okay.
I've made jokes out loud. I mean, it was just like you said, those quick, witty little jabs in between what the teacher's saying here and there while they're teaching, and just outbursts and stuff. That was a big deal, man.
Yeah.
What class clown doesn't do stuff like that, But
just be like disruptive as fuck for no reason.
Right. Yeah. Or like, if you get in class before like the teacher got there, you turn all the desks around.
Right. And of course, in no way am I condoning like interrupting class and stuff like that, like a lesson.
Oh, I am.
But it is quite hilarious occasionally.
Yeah.
And like you can get a rise out of a lot of people in the class.
I'm not saying, hey, get
That's
bad
hilarious.
grades and fuck up your life, but I'm definitely saying have fun in life. I mean,
right.
School, you can Google everything nowadays. I mean,
right.
Like a course is literally how to use like a tablet now in like elementary school. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
yeah,
I
dude,
just got like a tablet like
that.
a couple years ago. I was like,
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy. Like they're setting it up. You don't need to learn anything except for how to use Google and the internet and what's on a tablet. I mean, math, boom, you got your calculator right there. You got Google right there. You don't even have to even do the problems itself anymore.
Yeah, you
like
could literally look up calculus.
You just like Google, hey, what's this equation? Like, what's the answer to this equation?
Dude, it's great insane. Though. Like that, all that information is like free on the net right now.
But my
like,
point is, here's the thing. My point.
Yeah,
it takes all the other courses away, though. So you don't even have to, like history, science, anything. You can literally just Google how to do, autopsy on like a frog.
Yeah.
Google it. Biology, done. Yeah.
Dude, now, well, that's the thing. Like, I guarantee you that's the reason why there's like 8-year-olds that are like super like obsessed with like something, let's say like space or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then they just continuously look into articles and like everything they can find at their fingertips, which is literally everything, all the knowledge at the moment, like that we've come about. And it's absolutely insane that they could become like an expert in like by the time they're 10 or something like that, and like a certain subject if they were that.
These kids have so much more access to so much more information nowadays.
It's nuts.
And they don't need to be taught and fed bullshit on like, hey, who's George Washington and what did he do? Like, I get it. It's history, and it's not that it's bad to know. The moment they'll
Google it,
it's irrelevant in their life. It doesn't. It has. George Washington's done nothing for me except for be the face of my quarter and the face of my dollar bill.
Yeah,
that's it. I mean, what else has he like in knowing that he was the first president?
Apparently, he's grown hemp, dude. That's what.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Let's Google George Washington right now.
Let's see what he has.
All right.
Oh, he's got his own Wikipedia page.
God damn, this handsome man.
What has he got? His own Facebook too?
Love the curls.
He's on Twitter.
Mr. Washington. All right. So your first president of the United States from 1789 to 1797. Founding fathers of the U.S. Blah, blah, blah.
And now I'm not saying that George Washington hasn't done anything important in our lives, but my point is I'm also I don't know anything about him other than he was the first president, and
Right.
his wooden teeth and chopped down a cherry tree. You know,
was it cherry or like an apple tree or something?
I think it's a cherry tree. I don't even know that. I thought it was a cherry tree.
Am I thinking of Johnny Appleseed?
I don't know. But exactly.
Yeah,
see,
how can I confuse that with George Washington?
I don't know anything else about him, like the history behind him, what
Dude,
wars he fought
teeth,
in or
though?
whatever, and that's done nothing for him. It hasn't helped me. You know, I may have learned it back then in school, but it's done nothing for me nowadays. I don't even remember the information. So.
Wow, that's hilarious. So, like, the first thing that a kid would see if they Googled this would be, like, on the first page toward the bottom is, like,
this is the second
fake
page.
news that
This
hunted
is the second
George
page.
Washington.
This is the second page.
This is the first page.
No, it's page
shit.
2.
It is page 2.
Ah.
Okay. PBS.
Oh.
Britannica.com. There's a bunch of
George
stuff.
Washington biography.
Anyway.
Washington biography.
Yeah, he definitely had wooden teeth, though, and a bunch of other shit happened.
Yeah, because he was...
Definitely not a peg leg. Probably not.
I don't think he had
No, that's good.
Well, yeah, that's
That'd
good. It's good that he had his real
Watch,
legs.
like, he had, like, the best,
I've
like,
never heard anyone say,
like
you know what,
even
it's
found
bad
out.
that I still have my real legs.
What if he had, like, the best prosthetic, and it was made of wood, but it was, like, functioned so well, just like a regular foot would.
Okay.
And then no one knew that he had a peg leg the whole time.
Okay, well then.
I would call that a peg leg.
Would you?
Yeah, like an all wooden prosthetic.
I would not call that a peg leg.
I could classify still.
Do you know what a peg leg is?
Like a little piece of wood.
It's not a... No, I would not consider...
Or like half of a 2x4 cut
a
long
wooden
ways.
prosthetic a peg. There's a major difference.
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, but...
I don't consider... No, you're just saying just because it's wood.
So...
You know what?
Here's going to be an interesting question.
No, because you can have like a metal peg.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your peg's made out of.
When you
peg's a peg.
When you think of a peg leg, is it
like
square or circular?
Circular.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
Why? Who thinks of a square peg?
I don't know.
Do you?
I do.
You think of a square peg when you think peg leg?
Yeah, like just super old school, like cartoonish pirates with like
That's
a little,
what I'm saying, but they're circular.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's like the best form of mobility if you were gonna be practical about it. Yeah.
A square?
No, a circle.
Well, then why do you imagine
It'd be like
a square?
little cone with like a little.
Right.
It'd be rounded off the bottom.
It's like almost like those hook hands you used to wear when you were younger, and you grab the handle on the inside, but it goes around your hand, so it looks like that is your hand. And it's just like those knee pegs like that. You just put it around. Right. But
is it gonna be strapped or just like cup on?
They're definitely not square.
Right. No, I know.
But in your head,
but that's the first thing that I think of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When you say square too, I think of someone, I don't know, breaking like a wooden stool from like a bar bench or something like that and taking the leg off that, like a square little leg from that, and sticking it on like their leg.
Yeah. So
like
stool leg.
Yeah. But those like wooden like stools, they have like the square legs, 4 of them, and then.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you basically have like a chandelier of wood under you.
Yeah, that's a square peg leg, man. That's what you just described. That's what I picture when you describe a square peg leg.
That's funny.
Maybe done a little nicer. I don't know. You can polish it off.
Could be like
or you
engraved
just,
a little bit. Some
be
artistic
manly about it. Leave it as rugged as possible, and just jam it right up into that missing leg.
Right. Yeah.
It's
pretty crazy, man.
Connect it to whatever bone is left.
I guarantee you by now they have the technology to have just some what are they called?
Yep.
The equivalent of like electrical nerve connections. But like they pretty much like electrodes or something, like a little pad of them that like goes onto your like amputated limb or whatever. And then that like feels all the movements that you would have otherwise like put toward that limb.
You know, my cousin works for some, I don't know, science like testing agency company thing.
Okay.
And what they did was they took and pretty much grew a 6th finger. Like they took and made like cells from it and grew a 6th finger on like a chimpanzee. And then once the chimpanzee like grew, so what they would do is like make like hybrids of like these monkeys and stuff. But like while they're like being bred, like, you know, unnaturally, what they do is grow them with these extra like limbs essentially.
Yeah.
And, you know, once the monkey's big enough and like grown enough and the limbs are fully functional enough, they cut those limbs off, like the extra ones.
What?
And they
plant them on another monkey?
No, they use them on humans for when they miss limbs. And
they're
attaching them to humans.
And then they just have like a super hairy ass finger.
You may have
compared to the rest of your hand.
You may have like a bigger monkey hand, but like,
holy shit.
Fact of the matter is, you got a finger again, though.
Dude, what if people were
and
just
you can feel in everything they say.
That's nuts.
And
I feel like
I mean, it's pretty close though. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like now that people know about that, they're just gonna go start cutting off all their fingers and like replacing them with monkey fingers. And they're just like so much stronger and shit. They've got like,
look how big my hands are.
Like Donkey Kong.
I don't think it necessarily
time,
works like that though.
They just like amputate the hand itself. So like
I don't think it happens like that. Like I don't think you just get your arm cut off and then swap it out with like a new
that's
arm.
The next thing, man. I bet.
I want a bigger arm.
Right. You just like chop off your arm and like get it replaced with a monkey arm.
I want smaller feet.
You get like mice feet.
Can I have peg feet? I just don't even want to, like, I just want them to end at my heels.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll wear rubber nubs around my heels.
Yeah. Like little grommets or something at the end? Or
I'll have 2 real pegs. Will those count as pegs?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
If I were just to cut, like, the front parts of my feet off, like, just right there, and just literally have nothing but pegs.
Be a peg foot.
Walking on my heels. That'd be crazy.
Peg foot Tommy. Walking again.
Awesome.
All you hear is like stub, 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 stub. Right. It's like the floor isn't even wooden. It's like doosh, 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 doosh. Like if for the downstairs neighbors, they're just fucked. Anytime you need to walk around your apartment up top.
When you say it like that, though, like douche, 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 douche. How am I like? I'm imagining like how I'd be walking though. Like,
oh my god.
Am I walking around angry all the time, like just slamming, like douche, douche, and like the pace that you said that at too? I'm like just always on the move. Douche, 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 douche.
Yeah, dude, absolutely you are.
Douche, douche. It's like slow but like constant. That would be terrible.
I don't know. They like your downstairs neighbors hear galloping sounds? There's like clack, 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 clack. You're just like, holy shit, are they fucking riding a horse up there?
I grew a couple like extra limbs. Clack, 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 clack.
That's preposterous.
Because I don't think it's just click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack.
Right. It has like, it's a horse with 6 legs. Clack, 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 clack.
That'd be like clickety clack, clickety, clickety clack, clickety, clickety clack, clickety, clickety clack, clickety, clickety clack.
At one point, they're just like kicking up their hooves to
clickety clack, clickety.
Give them like a heel click.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be the cover next. Gypsypotamus Experience.
Gypsypotamus Experience.
Yeah, dude. So why did I have the name Gypsypotamus? Or a better question it would be, where did it generate from? Generated from this
that was
gentleman in front of me's brain.
That was when I came up with it during our friend's bachelor party that you came to with me. And well, not with me, you're friends with them too.
Mm-hmm.
And you, me, and our other buddy were going to do a little acapella, like freestyle, like song for him. And we even cleared the stage.
Right.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you got scared and backed out at the end.
I did.
Yes.
Back out.
Yes,
I will
you did.
confirm this.
Yes, you did. At the last minute, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Leaving just me and our other buddy
to
go up there, in which we did.
Right.
We not only did that, we rocked the fuck out of it. But that's besides the point.
Strong words.
Oh, yes. But that's besides the point. The point is, in the song, we happen to change part of the lyric and one of the names to your name, Gypsy, or your nickname, and add it to the eponymous that they
said
say.
By you, by the way.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Right, yeah, only said by me. So, Gypsypotamus is how the song kind of came about. And you're Gypsy, Gypsypotamus.
Do you remember the original lyric of what song that was?
You know, I could think of it. You gave me a second here. Let's see.
By the Bloodhound Gang, by the way.
I know that. No, that's not how it goes. But I can remember the lyrics except for one night, me and the crew hit the road on a mission to slip free brew and go fuzzy fun fishing. Cages on the Wi-Fi and the keg was bottomless until we brought Gypsypotamus and Daddy gonna get some probably gonna. Yeah, so okay.
Yeah.
Gypsypotamus, Gypsypotamus.
Yeah, so
there it is.
It generated from that lyric.
And it goes boom 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 boom. One night, me and the crew hit the road on a mission to slip free brew and go fuzzy founder fishing. Cages on the hi-fi and the keg was bottomless until we brought Gypsypotamus and Daddy gonna get some probably underage and dumb. And everybody knows that the laddie likes his young. Lupus in the laboratory making a big stink, mixing up the toilet seat and pooping in the sink. MSG sank up and whizzing in your cup. And yeah, that wasn't bad.
The Gypsypotamus Experience. This is it, folks. Thank you for listening this far. If you have listened this entire time, you are a godsend.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
And thank you very much, Tommy, for being on this ridiculously awesome and adventurous podcast.
Yeah, anytime, come feel free to check me out. I'm, around here.
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing to check me out on, but yeah.
Nothing to promote just yet, but is coming within the future
I'm
near you.